What's up, everybody? It's CMP with Craftmaster Productions and Studio1Tutorials.com. Don't forget to stop by Studio One Tutorials and pick up your premium membership. It is 50 cents a day, and it comes with a free MIDI pack, the Without Warning drums, which are gas, bro. So anyway, we're going to be going away from what we typically do over here at Studio One Tutorials, and we are going to be fucking with some R&B shit, doing like a SZA type of jam. So first thing, we got BPM at like 136. I guess we'll reference like I don't know the name of her songs, the one with Travis Scott, that one. So I don't know, like when I think about R&B, you know, I think about EPs. So we'll go to Keyscape Creative, and I'm gonna go to keyboards and find an EP, the Champagne EP, first EP, right? Boom. So I'm gonna jump into here. Let's see what we got. Alright, something like that, right? That's kind of how this shit goes. So the thing, like, first when you start off fucking with R&B, if you're coming over from making trap or boom bap, or it's just you know, any type of hip hop stuff. Let's see, I'm gonna start with I'm gonna go to E minor. You know, so much of it is like melody, counter melody, you know, manipulating sounds and all this shit. R&B stuff is, you got to remember, like, R&B, bro, like, you don't hear about like you know, a whole bunch of you don't hear about R&B like producers like trying to be stars and shit like that. It's the focus of the music is what it's supposed to be. It's the voice, it's the star, you know, the actual singer. So you want to kind of keep that in mind. You don't have to break your neck composing, you know, all these crazy things, because what happens is, because singers are singing there, you got to think of their you got to think about their voice as an instrument as well. So the more instruments that you put into the track, the less room they have to work with, and they'll hear it and they'll be like, there's nowhere for me to sing on that, because you have all these different melodies going on. Where do I get to write my melody? So like, just think of a singer as, you know, like a living damn piano roll, right? Let's see what we got here. Let's see here. We'll do something like this. Hey, what's that do? Yeah, something like that. So we'll get this guy here. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna duplicate it, and then like we were making, you know, like some basic trap shit or something, we'll just go ahead and take it and move it down to the next note in the scale. Woo, hold up. Change this up to here. Alright, bet. That's good. Should I go lower? Yeah, I'll go lower. Alright, so there's that. And let's go ahead and double this out and bounce it so we don't have Omnisphere kicking our ass throughout the whole tutorial. And I got I don't know what day I'm gonna drop this tutorial, but today I'm recording it on Black Friday, and so I told myself I wasn't gonna buy any more fucking samples for this year, but it's Black Friday, and I went ahead and bought the Illmind Blap Kits 10, so I'm gonna be using that, just because, like, you know, when you go ahead and you're getting ready, like if this is like your, you know, your first jump into the R&B genre or whatever, you decide you want to make like an R&B pack or something, you should still like, you shouldn't go searching for like the same exact samples that people are using in the same instruments that people are using. You should do stuff that you're comfortable with, that you're familiar with, stuff that you like, and then put your own unique take on it, right? So here we have this guy. All right, boom. It's gonna take and run that out and start kind of building up the arrangement as we go. Now for that's pretty much it. Like that's good. That's the main sound of the beat. If you listen like to the original song, like they don't do much. The next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna create like a chord progression to be over the hook, right? So I'm gonna go into Omnisphere again. And you guys that don't have Omnisphere, you're gonna be looking for like synth brass patches, right? So I'm just gonna go to brass and go pads and strings, because you're looking for like that cheesy 80s brass. That's what you want. Where you at? Wrong. Yeah. And so what we're gonna do about this here is I'm gonna take these notes, right? So we can get this rolling. Fucking bitch. Dude, my dog is such a killer, bro. They killed Killer Bee. Alright, so I'm gonna take these, and this is like, I'm just really like wanted to show you guys, especially, you know, like people who are hitting me up about like SZA beats and shit like that. I want to show you like how like just ridiculously like simple and minimalistic it is, and how when you have like someone who could sing, you know, like sing, like sing for real, and is an incredible songwriter. You don't have to do a whole bunch of crazy shit with your beat, you know. So I'm gonna take these chords, that is, move them up a few octaves. Alright, I think I like this. I think I want to drop this. Yeah, this guy right here. I'm gonna take this and make it E minor, right? I'm gonna take this and make it just the E minor chord. No, I'm not gonna make it E minor. This is the 6th, right? So we'll take that C and drop it down here. Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Now here's something that I heard on the original. Nobody ever listens to me until fucking famous people do it, which is cool, bro. Which is cool. This guy right here starting to pop up in all your favorite songs, and in the next couple years, this is going to be in all of your favorite songs. Because that's how the industry goes, you know what I'm saying? This VHS, it's fucking free. You have Reactor 6. You go to Native Instruments. You search VHS. You'll find this. This is how they're getting that that little warble sound. Put the mic emulation on just because I'm grimy. Yeah. Alright, so there you got your, you got your chords. I'm pretty sure those are not the exact chords from the song, but I don't care. It's the vibe, right? The next thing, bass line. Boom. Alright, so the bass line, again, super simple stuff, right? So what we're going to do is we're just going to get rid of the top notes from these chord progressions, and I'm going to go into Contact and use a VST that I don't use a lot on the channel, but I really like this VST for bass lines. It's another output product, and it is fire. It's called Substance. They're having their sale right now. 25% off this. They only do sales once a year. They only do them on Black Friday. And I like the produced upright. I just turn that guy off, and I'm going to turn all of these notes into, we'll let them run that long. Nope, we're gonna let them run. They're gonna be eighth notes. Or quarter notes rather, my bad. Yep. And I'm just gonna take them up an octave because they're super muddy. That's your music right there. Beam. So we'll hit this up. Yang. Alright, so we have the beginnings of an arrangement here. Now next thing, this is what I really want to show you guys. It's just the drum samples. I'm not like saying like all you guys do this or whatever, but it's a very popular thing, and I want to, if I teach you guys anything, I want to teach you guys that you can use whatever samples you want. Just don't be afraid to do something new, because that's how you're going to get noticed, over anything. It's going to be just you being you, right? So I know that I like these Illmind drums. I know that they're my favorites, is what I go back to. I like his taste and sensibility. So I'm just gonna go to drums. Where'd you go? Tell me why. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna get a kick. Yakata. Let's delete this guy. Throw this one in here. Grab a snare ski. Throw them in there. Grab a hi to the hat. This guy right here. And we're gonna get a percifer. Woo. Just hang out right there, bruh. Alright, so let's start with the snare. Why don't we? Remember, if you know how to tune your stuff, you can use any sample. That's fucking cool. This is my first time using this pack, by the way. So I'm just going off instinct. See, what I did there is I tuned it to the root note of the track, right? But I didn't like the way that it sounded up in the higher octave, so I just dropped it down an octave, and I'm liking this vibe now. Alright, now we can find a kick. It's not going to be that kick. That kick literally sounds like a basketball. It's named the basketball, so there you go. Alright, this is perfect. This is like a nice little chilled, relaxed kick. I'm not gonna go crazy, even though I want to listen to all these kicks. I just bought this kit. I'm just gonna make the track, bro. All right, here we go. All right. See what that does. Oh, I don't like the way this is playing with the bass. Get some more volume out of this. Yeah, I'll fuck with that. Alright, so we got that. Bam! Now we'll run the hi-hat pattern. And again, make sure to use velocity settings. If you don't know how to run the velocity, make sure you go to amp, click velo, turn it all the way to the right. Alright, yeah, this is gonna be dope. This is gonna be dope. Hold up. Here we go. Yes. All right, we're gonna do that, and then I'm gonna go, and for these long, like 16 note rolls that, you know, they're like quarter note in duration, I'm going to just really molest the velocity of it. It's gonna give it a nice feeling, nice fade out type of feel, right? And get a fucking tuner on this shit. G, you say? Alright, so I'll go ahead, turn this to G, right? And then we will put this on our root note. Yeah, I wanted to shorten up the release of this hi-hat. I didn't like the way that it was kind of ringing out. This has got a little bit more like start-stop to it. All right, so that's good. Now we'll drop some perk game in it. Let's see. Let me go through some sounds here. It's a nice snap. This. Copy this, holding down Alt, clicking and dragging to duplicate the track, and I'm just gonna run. This is just me putting my influences into it. I'm gonna just run this. This is like where you would have like an open hi-hat if you were making like a basic trap beat or something. I'm just gonna use a different perk sound. There's some cool sounding perks in here. Oh, damn. I didn't notice I did that. Yep. And then, you know, you just get to arranging the drums, right? So you go here, full drums, da da da. Right here, you probably take your hi-hat out again. Right here, you got the second chorus, so you might drop the drums completely over here. Maybe here you take the snare and the hi-hats out. And then maybe you repeat it all over again. Let's see. It's lit. yeah, and that's pretty much it for you know, for this type of track. So what you want to keep in mind is, one, you don't need to focus on a counter melody. Um, when you know, when you're making this type of track, you don't even have to do really, you know, really crazy intense chord progressions. What you need to do is you just need to leave a lot of space. Making R&B is definitely done best with the person close by, you know, so you could bounce ideas off each other. A lot of singers are, you know, like a lot of good singers are very well versed musically, and they can, you know, they can help you out a lot with, you know, because again, they're an instrument, and they're an instrument that only has a certain range, so they can help you, you know, tell you like, you know, I'm good from, you know, I'm good from A to E, you know, type of things. You know, this is too high for me to sing, this is too low for me to sing. As far as, you know, as far as the drums, man, just go into kits that you like, start finding kits that you like, get serious about tuning your drums and come up with your own drum sound, because that's what's going to separate you from the rest. You notice that, you know, stuff like SZA stuff, and even stuff like Black stuff, you know, a big part of that is the drums are very sparse, but they're not typical samples that you've heard everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, you know, Bryson Tiller did his thing with the, you know, with the young chop snare when he first came out, but you know, now it's, you gotta kind of move away from that. Keep your bass lines super simple, you know. Just keep everything simple and don't be basic, man. This is CMP with Craftmaster Productions, Studio1Tutorials.com. If you guys want to see more R&B tutorials, just leave a request in the comments and we will get to it. Again, keep it simple, don't be basic, and we will see you on the next one.